We're never prepared. He's literally in the middle of doing like an Instagram story.
Literally promoting you guys.
Thank you. I appreciate that. Before we got on air, he complimented our red and green mics. People that listen to this, you can't see them, but we will post them so you know what he's talking about. Anyway.
Post the Amazon link.
Yeah. Yeah, maybe we can. That's how I can get money off of this stuff.
Start putting people on to like.
What is it called? The affiliate marketing or whatever. That's what it's called. Yeah.
You're right.
Have you heard of them?
I've not heard of that one.
Okay. Anyway, welcome to the Stay or Go podcast.
Thank you for having me. Very
You're
excited
welcome.
to be here.
Thank you. So what's your name?
My name is Sammy Sukes. I'm an artist out of New Jersey. I've been making music and clothes for the last couple of years, and
Yes.
I just try to be myself and spread positivity.
Oh, I love
We're pushing
that.
P.
So that just reminded me, you make clothes too. I totally forgot about that. I wanted to wear one of his shirts, the Sour Puss shirts, but I didn't put it on. I couldn't find it in your closet.
Damn.
I'm sorry. Sour Puss,
Okay.
look it up.
I'll hook you guys up with some more gear.
Yeah.
I wear the hoodie every day.
I know. I've
He
seen him. I've
does.
seen him. You mix your Instacart trips. Like,
Yeah.
you going?
For sure.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Swagged out.
And yes, so one thing I didn't mention before getting on is you can curse. And
Fuck.
and Nate
Gotta
is
get it out.
always in the conversation, so you are allowed to talk to him. I've had guests be like, "Are we allowed to interact?"
All right, cool.
And
He's
yes.
like that guy behind the camera.
Yes.
That every podcast has. And
Yes.
He plays
He drops like just DJ Khaled.
the voice board just goes
Yes,
crazy. Yeah,
yes,
there you go.
all the sound effects, and sometimes it's a lot, but we deal with it anyway. Because if without him, this podcast would not exist because I don't know how to do any of this stuff. So,
Yeah, I wouldn't either.
so anyway, you are here in Atlanta because why? If you're from New Jersey, why'd you
I'm
come out?
actually kind of on like what's the word I'm looking for? Like a soul retreat almost. Like I'm trying to find balance is a good way to put it. Like
we all need to find some balance.
yeah, I was just talking to my therapist last week, and my 2 words for the for the month. Yo, for mental health for men. I know it's crazy.
I'm so happy. I did not know we were going to get to this. Okay, what were you
So
saying?
my two words though was realign and refocus, and so we go into the new month, and it's just kind of about building back up discipline and getting around people that I want to be around. Like like
Yes.
surround yourself with the people you want to be. So
Pushing
that's what
P, right?
Pushing P. So I heard Thug was out here pushing positivity, and I immediately caught a red eye. couldn't wait to get over here. Now I'm truly humbled under God. So, but now yeah. So I came out here just kind of get back into the groove of making music and doing clothes again. I kind of been taking a little mental break for the last couple months, and so just get back in the groove of things and kind of find myself.
Awesome. Now, I'm going to go. I know you said music and clothes, but I'm going to go to the therapy thing for a second.
Okay, go ahead.
Because I'm a therapist, so many people know. Was this your first ever therapist?
No, this is my second therapist, but it's like the first time I ever like decided to go to therapy. Like the first time was kind of like more like family therapy.
Okay.
And so now this is like just on my own
Got
independent
it.
stuff.
Because what I've been dying to get on the podcast I haven't had a guest talk about yet is deciding to stay or go with your therapist, right? Because sometimes it's you don't vibe with your therapist. I've had 2 that I didn't like, and I still have yet to find my perfect match. So
She said, "Get the mid off the street."
yeah,
Actually, that's a good question because like my thing is like first off, before I say this, I'm definitely gonna tell her about this. I love my therapist; she's great.
Oh
We
my
always have
God.
good conversations, but. Like, how am I supposed to judge if she's a good therapist or not?
See, I think it's hard because I am an actual therapist. So I think internally I start to think of things that I know I would do or I would want them to do. So I'm definitely more of a critic. But I know people that aren't therapists that are like, my therapist didn't remember anything I told her from the week before. So I was repeating myself.
That could be a red flag.
Right,
there.
right. They didn't take any notes or they weren't paying attention to you. So that's like a go
Scrolling
situation.
on TikTok. Oh yeah. Oh, it sucks.
I literally
that must be shitty.
I literally had a therapist who was texting on her phone
Really?
when I was in session.
Oh my God, I would have asked for the refund. Like, let me
I
get the
mean,
receipt.
that's why the next session I brought it up and I was like, could you not? This is really like making me feel like I am like worthless to you.
Yeah, that is crazy.
And she was like, I'm sorry, I
Couldn't
run
imagine.
this store because it was like a cafe and therapy place. So like,
Sounds
there's
like a scam. It sounds like.
She's not. She was a licensed professional counselor, but
Come in, you thirsty?
but
Let's take
yeah.
a water. It has to be $1. Like, asking for the water is crazy.
Yeah, but no, I just had terrible experiences. So you would stay with yours because she's been.
Oh
great.
yeah, I would definitely say my mind's cool. Like I went into there, I was really afraid it was gonna be some like old lady.
That's what I got
or
here.
not, even worse, an old man. Like, so I was really afraid. But then I got there. You know, she's super cool. She's very, very hip. Very.
What age range would you say?
I'm pretty sure it's like she's just turning 40.
Okay.
Or like maybe just under. I
Yeah,
think.
that's like a perfect like middle
So
ground.
she's like almost like double me. So you know, she
Yeah.
got experience and
Right,
she's cool.
wisdom.
But she's like one of those therapists that kind of like she just like lets me talk. You know, she kind of guides it, and so I just kind of go in there and talk about how I feel.
I hope. What if she was like, shut the fuck up?
no, but I mean like she won't be the type to be like if I stop talking, like she won't like continue the session. Like you know what I mean? Like so if like it's an hour-long session, we're talking, and after 30 minutes, like I kind of like got through everything and digested everything. She'd be like, "Are you good?" And I'd be like, "Yeah, I'm good." And then she's like, "All right." You know, she doesn't ever push the ball further than it needs to be.
See, that's where I would not. I would want them to ask me more questions that maybe I didn't bring up something.
Well, she like that's what I'm saying. She kind of guides me until
does. Okay.
Until I get to that point where
Right.
I've gone through all the.
But it doesn't
all the
have
stops.
to take an hour.
Yeah, it doesn't have to
Okay,
take an hour.
I
gotcha.
gotcha.
She lets me like if I come in with a problem,
Right.
she'll get me from point A to point B, and then once I get to point B, we'll leave it there until I can acknowledge more and like, get back and reflect and see everything. Yeah.
Cool. I love it. Sorry, I got excited because yes, you're right. There's not enough men that take their mental health seriously, and they should.
Yeah, man.
But anyway, so I don't know what you guys said, but I'm just gonna let it go. Okay, so you're in Atlanta this weekend because you're realigning and refocusing. With that, I know you were saying the first of the month or going into a new month, but how do you feel about New Year, like setting a goal for the new year coming
is
up?
Always pivotal. I feel like it's always like it really is new year, new me. Like it sounds corny enough, but I feel like it's the perfect time to kind of just leave anything that you won't the clutter and all the mess and the red flags you got kind of behind and just focus on the good stuff. I remember like going into this last New Year, I actually quit my job because it was causing me so much stress.
So you left, went from your job. How did you make that decision?
So I was like, I was a manager over at a retail store, and I was just doing the clothes and the music stuff, and I was just putting in so many hours there. I was miserable. I was doing like 6 a.m. shifts. I'd get off noon, go straight to campus, which was like 45-minute drive. I'm there for 2 more hours, come home, go to the gym, get home. It's 6 o'clock, eat dinner, make music, do homework, go to sleep. I was doing that every day.
Ugh, God.
And it was just so tiring, and I was like, I want to take this a little bit more seriously, try to kick it up a little bit. And I was like, you know what, I'm going to quit, go full in. First week, I went out to D.C., then I came out to Atlanta the second week in January. Started off the year real strong. And I felt like I had a lot of momentum, and it was great. And then as the year kind of
That's how it goes.
kicking your ass. So I feel like, but it is good to capitalize on that initial momentum. It's just all about how you can keep that momentum from January to February to March to April.
Well, yeah, that's what they talk about when everyone has their goal to go to the gym more at the beginning of the year, and like it
goes from 5 workouts to 4
Right.
workouts a week, and then by March it's like, oh, but
Nope.
you know, I can't
canceled my
make- yeah.
membership. I think they literally said people will like last 3 weeks. I think that's like the New Year's resolution duration of time for that. Anyway, I hope it lasts longer for all of us this upcoming year.
Yeah, for real.
So you were saying that you left that job for, trying to focus more on clothing and music stuff. And oh my gosh, what am I trying to say? Do you live on your own, or do you have the comfort of like living with family?
Shout out to Papa Bear.
Right.
Shout out to
We've
Dad,
been
shout
there.
out to Mom. You know, appreciate all the food and all the
everything, the
love,
cleaning of the
support,
house,
the
probably.
functionality, everything. Couldn't function without them. Of course,
Right.
I get blessed.
Right, because that's always, you can't just necessarily quit a job, right? It's hard. You have to make sure you have the stability in other
That's kind of
ways.
where I learned the quick way about maybe the job was helping me do the things I love to do. You know what I mean? I learned the hard way, but
Yeah.
it's important in life that you kind of just take risks sometimes and learn from those mistakes. And so being able to just make a decision independently and go through the motions and figure out what you can take from it and can't take from it is what was good about that. So.
And do you have a goal of when you would like to move out?
A goal? I mean, I'm still got years left in school. I'm going my slow
Oh,
route.
man.
Yeah, I'm right now in my sophomore year, so
Okay.
I got 2 more years left, and then I'll figure it out. I do want to get like roommates eventually. I want to get that vibe.
That's
like
fun.
Being here in Atlanta and just seeing how roommates interact with each other makes me kind of want that. So,
Oh yeah, you definitely need to experience that.
I'm still young though. I got time.
Yeah, you do. You're 21. So fresh little one here.
Little baby boy.
So, oh my gosh, I'm like blanking today. Sorry. What was I gonna say?
She's hearing. It's lit.
Travis Scott last night is No, I was gonna say literally.
7 times.
He performed it 7 times. I'm sure by the time this episode comes out, he will have beat his record of, I think he said 16 times in a row he's done it.
16.
Yeah.
At what point where I'd be like, yo.
I think at 4.
He did
Oh,
juice.
there's your water, by the way. At 4, it was fun, but then once he continued after 4 times, we were like, okay.
It's a little excessive.
Yeah.
A little narcissistic.
Yeah.
Got to his verse.
No, he just does the
didn't even get to the
beginning.
verse? Just the fiend part?
Yeah. Yeah,
So
that's
just
it.
like fiend on
Fiend.
loop.
Fiend.
Chase B, run it back.
Yeah, literally 7 times in a row. But what I was gonna say had to do with home. No. Oh, what are you studying in school?
I go for communications. Sounds
Okay.
kind of. I know everyone gives me that look. You know,
That was
like
that
when
was
I-
me with social
when I
work.
say-
It's like the
when
same
I say
thing.
communications, but I originally went for graphic design. And that's kind of
Uh-huh.
like I appreciated it, but my grade book didn't appreciate it, so I made a switch. But
Yeah.
I learned a lot in that first year in graphic design. Took it, kind of put it into the clothes, put it into the music, and now I'm just doing communications, trying to just work on being on podcasts like this.
Yeah,
you know?
is this your first podcast?
Nah, that's
I
not
meant
my
to ask.
Not
Okay.
my first podcast.
How
Not
many?
my first rodeo. I think I've been on like I've been on like 2 or 3. I've been blessed and people have offered. And I always appreciate it. Always make
Yeah.
my way out here. You know,
Awesome.
gotta make your way.
Yeah, you definitely are much more of a pro. I don't think you were nervous at all.
Oh no, never get nervous.
I don't get that vibe.
It was funny. When I did my first ever show, I was like a little nervous, probably like the most nervous I've ever been, because I don't really get nervous too much. I remember I just took like 2 shots of like Casamigos, and I hate tequila. I never drink tequila. I took 2 shots of Casamigos, got up there, ripped through it, got off, and I was like, oh, that was nothing, you know? And so I celebrated a little too hard, though, and on the way home, I ended up in the trunk.
Oh.
Yeah, so the story flipped quick, but that's how I deal with nerves, you know? Just have fun. You go out there. If you mess up, you mess up. And you can get off stage, and you can get torn up and end up in the trunk by the end and forget all about it. So that's the moral of the story is, like, don't go too hard on yourself when you're in those pressure situations.
Right. Speaking of tequila, before we got on the podcast, you were telling us you met a famous celebrity a week
yes,
ago.
This last weekend.
Yeah.
Yes.
Can you tell the story again for the listeners, please? Because it's very cool.
All right, so I'm very fortunate enough to have a good friend whose uncle's a head chef at Catch in New York City.
Shout out
which, if you
Chef
guys don't know,
Catch.
watching at home, is like top notch, what they say, restaurant, whatever.
Yeah.
And it's a restaurant that turns into a club at like 11 o'clock. So we got there. We're getting all sorts of special treatment. Took us to a back, got us this big table. The head chef came out. We met him, and then they were.
You said that your friend's uncle is the head chef.
Yeah.
Though.
Yeah,
Oh.
that's what I'm saying. So my friend's uncle came out.
Oh,
He
you
was
never
great.
met him
I never
before
met him.
that.
I never met him before.
Gotcha.
And so he's like, oh, a bunch of surprises coming tonight, blah, blah, blah. Next thing you know, we're hearing bottles of champagne, free food. And then once it turned open to the club, he's like, I got one more surprise for y'all. And this big bottle of tequila came out, and we got this big section. And right at that time, like, we saw this group of girls like walk by, like 30 of them, and they immediately got bottle service outside. I was like, oh, so they got money. They got the money on. And then they came inside afterwards. Shortly after, we had our little bottle set up. They seen us. They came over. You know, we were dancing, whatever. And my friend had came up to me and told one of the girls that were next to me, "Oh, this Jack Harlow's cousin." And then she pulled me off to the side. She's like, "You're Jack Harlow's cousin?" I was like, "Oh yeah, totally." You know, like,
You kind of do have a little bit of the same facial feature.
Right. And then she's like, "Well, because I'm Bebe Rexha's manager." I was like, "Wait, what would you say?" She's like, "Bebe Rexha. You know who Bebe Rexha is?" And I was like, "Yeah, of course." She's like, turn around.
It's just
I was
me,
like,
myself.
"Oh my, me, myself, I like that." And
That's cap because she came with a bunch of people. She was not me, myself.
oh yeah, she was definitely not me, myself, and I. She
Oh
was
my
like,
god, that
rolling,
was so lame, Nate.
She was rolling deep. I was like, I'm rolling with it. I'm
30
acting
girls.
like it wasn't. But yeah, and so they invited us back to their section. We got over there. We're taking shots, whatever. All my friends kind of start slipping out the back, creeping away. They're a little shy. And so I was like, "Yo, real quick, you could introduce me to Bebe?" And she was like, "You really Jack Harlow's cousin?" And I'm like, "No, but I really want to meet her." And so I just met her real quick. Said, "Thank you for what you do for the music world and keep rocking."
Did
Stay
you
blessed.
not shout out yourself and say?
I actually didn't. I didn't. I don't really ever take those opportunities like that to like plug myself, just because I feel like
You want? I don't know.
I don't know. It's like if I was her and I was having a good night out
Right.
and some like kid came up to me like,
Listen to my music.
"Yeah, listen to my music. It's so good." Like I'd be like, "Yo, bro, I'm not a manager. Like I
Right.
make music myself."
Right,
but, like,
right. I
you know
don't
what
really
I feel
care.
like it all depends on the environment you meet somebody in. Like if you meet somebody in like a music
In a
space,
studio,
like if you
yeah.
go to a studio, or you know, I'm at like Frank Ocean's house and he's playing me all his new music. Of course, like I'm gonna be like, "Oh, let me play something for you." Like, real quick. So it all depends on the situation. If we're in a party setting, like, what's up? Like, let's take shots together. Let's have fun, enjoy the night, and then you know.
How are you gonna get somebody to Google?
Right.
Yeah,
In a
right.
club
you can't even,
setting.
like, "Yo, what'd you say?" Like, you know
Oh,
what I
Slim
mean?
Jim.
Yeah. It's mad funny though. Actually, the next day, 2 days ago, I didn't. This is the one story I didn't get to say. I was at my job. I went back to the resale store.
Oh, the one that you quit?
Yeah, the one we quit for early in the pod. We went back, but
It's fine.
We can dive back into that later.
Yeah.
A Giants wide receiver was there.
Oh,
Yeah, Sterling
cool.
Shepard, if you guys know who Sterling Shepard is. But he's an NFL player. He was there. And so, you know, my clothes is, you know, we work with a professional boxer. And so I seen him there, clocked out real quick, got on my break. I went outside. I had a couple shorts in my trunks, my trunk of my car. And I came out. When he came out, I was like, "Yo, give me like 2 seconds of your time." I felt really bad. It started snowing. And so like I made clothes, gave him my clothes. And then I have what's it called? A dot card. You guys know what a dot card is?
No, what is that?
So a dot card is like a business card of like modern day era. So it's
Like the
it's
QR code
yeah,
type
it's like
thing?
that, but it's a little bit cooler. Like you can like
Oh.
literally tap somebody's phone like on the camera. It doesn't even have to scan it. Phone could be off, and a link will pop up. You click it, it has all your information.
Wow.
Popple.
Yeah, basically same thing.
Yeah,
It's
I
called
know
it's called like it's called dot. And so
Okay.
that's how you're supposed to do it. But I felt really bad because it's snowing, and like I'm just a really nice person.
Wait,
didn't wanna
this
stop
was
him.
recently?
Yeah, this was the same week.
See,
This
we
is
don't
2 days
have
after.
that in Atlanta. We don't have snow. So that's...
Oh yeah. I was just up north. This was Tuesday. This was Tuesday.
Oh, so this past week.
Yeah.
Okay. It's Saturday, for
Yeah,
those
and,
wondering.
And then so I felt so bad, and he was with his wife, and they were getting into their car. It was snowing. That I just gave him the whole card, and I was like, "Yo, you just scan it, Like, just scan it, dude." And then I just went off, and I haven't heard from him yet. And I lost my dot
He
card.
didn't necessarily
so that's
order.
why I don't usually plug myself. I usually go sideways.
Aw, that's
But,
okay. But
you
was
know.
BB nice?
Vivi was very nice. Yeah, she
Yeah.
had a nice smile. She's very pretty.
She's very pretty.
woman, yeah.
Yes, she is. Shout out Bebe Rexha.
Shout out Vivi.
That was fun. So you didn't club at all in Atlanta, though.
No, that could be our first go of the day. The club.
Clubs in Atlanta, or just clubs in
period.
general,
Clubs
need to
are
go.
Super overrated.
Yeah, I've never been clubbing unless you consider Telus 360.
Actually, you know what's a
in
good topic
Lancaster.
we could really get into?
Ooh, what?
Going out in a relationship, stay or go.
Oh,
Going out like without your partner.
I
That's what I'm
mean
saying.
that should stay. If I'm going out with my friends, you can do that. See, this is the
There
men.
you go.
This
There
is
you
the
go. I gotta go.
men.
I got the ball
The
rolling,
ego
yeah.
of men that they don't.
I think it depends. I think it really depends.
That's a red. That's a red
That's
flag.
a red flag. I don't.
It's not.
Yes,
I don't
it
think
is.
though.
Okay, well,
I've been
explain
out to the club alone.
exactly. And I've been out with friends without
Not
you,
alone, but like with
Right.
other people.
but that's not a problem. We've gone out together.
I think it just depends how you handle the situation. I think if you're the person to be like, just start going out, you know, you don't like. It's more about like letting me know, like, hey, on this date, I'm gonna be going out.
Always
whatever.
communicate.
I go out and then I get home maybe at a reasonable time. Like, I'm like, you get home 2 a.m. Just text me. You know, I just got back home. Blah blah blah. Because I've been in that situation before where it's like you don't know where they at.
That's a problem.
They hit you up the next day. So that's why. But I always feel like once you start going down that road,
That's me when I go to a studio.
Yeah, and
Like,
I know he's at a house with his guy friends. I'm not concerned. No, but we're not really jealous people or worried about that stuff. I think it takes time
I don't
too.
think it's that I'm like, it's not the jealous factor. It's just like it's just not something I would do. I don't know. I just wouldn't like, maybe that's
You wouldn't just go out with your boys for a night?
So I was
You did,
in my
but-
previous relationship. I did not at all. I turned 21 in August. And until I left the relationship, I didn't.
I
didn't
disagree
go out,
with
and then I
that.
started going out, and I hated it even more. So it was like, I don't know. Maybe just because I'm the type of person I am that I don't like going out at all, so I never see the point.
Yeah.
But it's not like the jealous thing. I think it's just more the stuff that kind of comes with the going out. It's the kind of, I don't know. That's my take on it.
No, I want I don't want to judge. I want to understand your side more. So, like you're saying, if your girlfriend is going out at the time, she's not telling you that, hey, I have plans with friends this night, or hey, I'm gonna be out till this time. There's like no communication on that.
Yeah, it will either be no communication or like a little bit of communication. And I just think the thing too is like when you kind of go out, you're kind of putting yourself in an environment where like, especially if all your friends are single and you're going out with all your single friends, and all they're trying to do is
get some dick.
Find a 2-man or 3-man that's pulling up, and you know what I mean. Next thing I know, she's telling me, "Oh yeah, I got shots bought for me last night." Like, oh, you don't care, and I'm like, part of me is like, yeah, I don't care. Finesse your way to some shots.
For free drinks. That's what I say.
Yeah, see, I could see Charles' eyes. You know?
I literally like.
She did like.
I did, and
while I was at a club.
When was that?
When you guys were at the same club and she got a shot offer?
I don't remember that, but I remember when I was in Nashville.
It wasn't a club. It was like
A bar?
A bar.
Billiards bar type thing.
Oh.
When Catherine was here.
Oh, okay. I also, on my 21st birthday, when we were at Kendrick Lamar show, we already talked about that on a different episode, so I'm not going to talk about it. I got drinks bought for me in line because I went in line by myself while he stayed in the seats to watch, and a man bought me drinks for my 21st birthday. But, like, again, that's a win. There's nothing wrong with that.
It's also your birthday.
Right,
And
but
you
I'm
made
just...
it, like, loud and proud.
Yeah, I'm always about my birthday.
Yeah, it's my birthday. Someone bought me shots.
Stay or go birthday months. Celebrating your birthday month.
Did you have a client or somebody?
An adult mother client who was like, I'm going on vacation for a week for my birthday, and I'm not doing any appointments for a month because it's my birthday month. And I was like, okay. This was like a 35-year-old woman.
Definitely came back with hella shit to talk about, though. Did she come back the next month?
My job is...
Fucking Santa Claus list full of fucking problems.
No. But, wow, we're going all over the place. But I agree to disagree with you on going out when you're dating someone without them.
I don't know. I just feel like with me and my relationship, I'd just be like... Let's just stay home, bake some cookies, and watch some Netflix.
Well, I love that. I'm not a person that goes out a lot. I'm just saying I wouldn't stop hanging out with my friends when I'm in a relationship.
That's what I don't think, like, you got to stop hanging out with your friends. It's
right.
like, it's all about environment, I think.
Right.
I think I'm very big on, I think environment influences human behavior.
Yeah,
One thing I've been noticing more than ever in my life, that you could meet somebody and you could have a amazing relationship with them.
Yeah.
And you could meet that same person in a different room.
Right.
It'd be a totally different person.
That's a fair point.
So once you kind of just get in that environment, you get shots in you, you get drinks in you got guys, anything in it.
Yeah, that's how we met each other, was playing beer pong together.
Anything can happen.
We did meet twice.
We started,
yes.
Hanging out the third time.
Yeah.
And I'm also not like, and because you always say, well, you're jealous. You say
I didn't mean to say the trigger word jealous.
I have an interesting take too. I'm getting cheated on is kind of like one of my last fears in a relationship. I feel like, because it's like, I would rather you cheat on me. So like cheating can stay. That's one thing. I would rather you cheat on me, and I can know like, damn, you're a piece of shit. I don't have to fuck with you.
Because you feel better about yourself
than having like an emotional like heartbreak where like it was just wrong, like right person, wrong time, and now you got to sit there like, well, maybe if I did this differently, this wouldn't have happened, and. So
or if we didn't go out to the bar.
I'm not exactly. I don't care if she goes out to the bar because I'm like for cheating on me. That's not the reasons I care about it. It's just more like what I see from my relationship, and I just feel like it's just not necessary to put yourself in that situation. Yeah.
Okay. I get it. No, that's good. That's a good one. So, any other not planned things that we were going to talk about that came to mind? Because I know we were going to talk about like you moving and stuff, but is there anything else that popped to mind just now? Because we talked about that.
So we're saying so far, cheating can stay.
Cheating can stay.
Going out without your partner
can go.
There you go. That's
all. That's it. That's good though. And the therapist stuff we talked about too. And we've covered a lot. So, anyway, you said you currently live in New Jersey, but you are from where?
I'm from Newtown, Connecticut. I was born and raised. I was born, 2002? Been there.
Oh, my God.
I'm a baby. And, I grew up till I was 16 there, and I had moved from... I lived with my mom.
So you're saying you had to leave high school?
Yep, junior year of high school. That could go. moving that was
in that time of your life.
One of the worst.
Terrible.
One of the worst periods because it's not even like it's before, you get into high school. You still got time to pick up, and it's not like, you miss graduation, you miss all that stuff. So it definitely sucked. But I had moved out of my mom's house, moved into my dad in Jersey.
Okay. And also asking about the class thing. Do you have friends from Connecticut that you still keep in touch with?
I had a couple, but it's usually like just kind of like internet stuff or like hop on Xbox, get in.
And that's awesome that we have that ability nowadays, right? Because otherwise you probably wouldn't have ever talked to them again if social media and stuff didn't exist. But okay, so then you're in New Jersey for the rest of your junior year, or was it like summer?
Well,
and
I
then
also
it was
moved.
Just senior
I also ended up moving like right before like the COVID shit went down. So like I was the COVID class. I was 2020.
Oh my god.
Yeah, so I didn't even have my senior year. So my high school was just fucked. I moved here March 2019 and March 2020 that should happen.
I can understand.
So I was only in like school for like a year here in Jersey.
Wow.
Yeah.
I can understand why you needed therapy. Just
kidding.
Yeah,
I needed therapy for a whole lot of other reasons besides that. But
we don't have to get into that. This is not a therapy session. Okay, so Nathan's messing with the camera. We're still rolling though. How did you decide to move from Connecticut to your...
It was a very easy decision.
Okay.
Like I said earlier, I feel like environment is everything, and the environment you put yourself into. So I had to make a very tough decision at a very young age, kind of mature early. And my mom, we still haven't spoken since the day I moved, actually.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, it was kind of one of those decisions. And she was just kind of putting me around kind of like shit I didn't need to be around. She was seeing shit I didn't really need to see. Just kind of people she was bringing in, her boyfriends, and so I just had to make a decision. And so one night, literally packed up clothes in a garbage bag, walked out the crib, Ubered to my friend's house, stayed the night there, called my dad, like, yo, I'm at this so-and-so's house. I made the decision, like, I'm ready, come get me tomorrow.
Yeah.
They came down, grabbed me, forever thankful for that. One of the greatest things like anyone could ever do for somebody. And so next week, went back down, got the rest of my shit, and that was it.
Oh, okay. So you had to go back. That's wild. I mean, yeah, you obviously couldn't have all of your things in one bag, but that's...
walking around with a fucking trash bag over my shoulder like this on some fucking homeless shit.
It's unfortunate because it is a lot of what foster children deal with. I deal with that population, so that's like only things they have is stuff in a bag. But, so, how far is that drive that your dad had to make?
No, my dad was doing that shit every other weekend, actually. We used to have every other weekend visitation.
Oh, okay.
So I was seeing him
him.
when I was about, I think from like 8 to 16. It's like he was doing that shit for 8 years. It's about like 2 hours, maybe just a little bit under. It's not too far. It's
That's
like right on
bad.
the border in New York. It's not too far.
Okay. And I'm assuming relationship with dad is great.
Yeah, relationship with dad is great. He's a good guy, but it was just, my mom, she had her own issues, I guess, and so it was just she has kind of stuff she had to figure out, and it just wasn't a healthy household for me to be
Yeah,
in.
that's
so
fair.
You gotta make a tough decision sometimes, and you know, it's something that still I gotta deal with it to today, and it's hard.
Yeah.
You know?
Do you have any siblings?
Yeah, I do. I have a brother and a sister.
And older, younger?
They're both older, and they both live in Connecticut. Haven't seen my brother since that day either.
Wow.
Yeah.
So have you not been back to Connecticut at all?
No, I've been
since?
back a couple times. I just seen my sister not too long ago. We still have a good relationship because she's kind of moved out. She's doing her own stuff, so it makes it a little bit easier.
Yeah.
And so I got to be around. So I just hit her up whenever we see her. Yeah.
Okay. Well, thank you for sharing that. I'm not going to make you dive in deeper, but I would love to talk about it off air. Anyway, we don't have to. But so then you're there with your dad for junior, senior year, but then you didn't really have that because COVID.
And moving really helped me, though. I'm like, one of the biggest blessings was kind of like finding who I am as like an artist. Because when I moved out here, I finally, so when I was living in Connecticut, I was taking the train every like chance I could to go to Philly, because I was recording out in Philly. So I was like 16 years old, hopping on this train to like North Philly. And
that's insane.
It's a little white kid in the hood, and everyone was like, "Who the fuck is this guy?" And I would go in there, get studio sessions. My dad was literally paying for, you know, if it got late, he paid for Uber to get back home and all that stuff. So he supported me the whole way.
Wow.
And so once I moved out here, he was like, "Well, let's find you a studio a little bit closer now that we're here." Found a little spot down the street. I met that guy we were just talking about off air, but I met Pat, goes by Mixed by the Best, and we kind of helped me just get a feel for like what I really need to do to become a true artist and like find my artistry and get into that bag. And then COVID happened, and that was another blessing because my studio shut down, and I was like, all right, let me just get my own equipment. Got my own equipment, taught myself how to record, and went from there.
So yeah.
Out an album.
Yeah, there you go.
Fish Scales.
Pumped out two.
Pumped
out 2 albums, Sour Puss and Fish Scales.
Yeah. Shout out those 2 albums. You can... Are you warm?
I'm not getting it off, but it's all good.
Are you sure? Oh. It's warm in here with the lights, so I didn't know if you needed, like, to take that shirt off.
I got it.
You good?
We can keep rolling.
Okay.
Multitask.
What I was going to say was you guys are talking way ahead. How did you know and when did you know that you wanted to do music?
How did I know?
And when did that start?
I always love telling this story. I can tell it again.
Okay.
I was a little kid in middle school. I was 7th grade, 8th grade. And there was this kid. He used to always show up, and he would spit freestyles at like lunch and shit, or like after school. He'd be in front of everybody. He'd be rapping. Everybody used to gas him up. Oh, yo, he's so fire, blah blah blah. And then one time he was rapping, and some kid was like, "Wait, that shit sound mad familiar." Pulled up his phone, played a song, word for word, bar for bar, stole his flow on some Drake shit. Like, Drake! Yeah, like, stole the whole flow, bar for bar. And
that's hilarious.
And so I was like, I went up to the kid, I was like, so like, if you like actually can rap, like, let's just like rap battle real quick. Like, it was mad embarrassing. There's videos of it. We showed up in the morning and some like, it was disgusting work. It was, but it was mad funny, and we rap battled, and I just had fun with it. And growing up, my dad was always a DJ, when he was young. So he put me on a lot of hip hop. And I was like, you know what? I'm gonna start making music. I told my dad, and then I had met some people online. They got me into a studio, and that was it.
So when that other kid was rapping Drake, that's what you're saying, right? He was like,
no, I was quoting Soulja Boy. I was quoting Soulja Boy because he was still in his flow. I don't know who I don't remember actually. It was like some underground. Like that's how sneaky he was.
Right, because you guys wouldn't know.
Found some guy like nobody would know.
Yeah, that's funny. But you just knew like I could rap battle this kid for real. Like
no, I was like, if he's like rapping and it's not even his, can't be that hard. So I was like, fuck it. Like let me do it.
Yeah.
I mean, I always fucked around like with like rap and like freestyle, and, like write songs. But I never like actually like took it serious. And once I did that, and it wasn't like the worst thing in the world, like probably was horrible, but like it wasn't the worst.
Right.
And I just had fun with it, so I was like, you know what? I'm gonna just start doing this shit.
Yeah.
Didn't get in a studio for like 2 years though after that, but I started writing more. Definitely after that.
Cool. So then you mentioned earlier how you're also like you have a clothing brand, right? So how did that inspiration start?
That inspiration just kind of started as I was putting out a mixtape called Sour Puss, and I got a logo done, and my dad was like, yo, you should just throw that shit on a shirt and start selling it. That's like a good idea to like promote the album. So I first started it just a way to promote the mixtape, kind of where it's more like album merch. And then I was like, you know what, like people actually kind of like it a lot. Like everyone was telling me they like the little lemon, and I was like, all right, I'm gonna just start throwing it on a bunch of shit. And that's what I started doing. I started making a bunch of stuff.
Yeah.
And still working on it, you know? Still trying to figure out what the real vision is for it. That's my big goal for, like, 2024, going back into this month of readjusting, coming out here. Is just getting back into that mindset and that mind frame again, getting that done.
It's a 10 out of 10 hoodie. I'll tell you that.
Coming from a customer or
Yeah,
active wearer.
From a hoodie connoisseur.
Yeah.
Somebody wears it all the time.
Yeah.
It's quality.
I will
comfortable.
say that the pink shorts are a little short on him, and it looks
Yeah,
a little
I get
silly.
A lot of those. I get a lot of. I like them short though. I'm like, I hoop sometimes.
Yeah,
so
see,
my off
he's
time,
not.
So I'm like, I like them a little short.
He doesn't wear them
I haven't
short.
really been a runner since I've known you.
Right.
But I used to
He
wear
used
short
to
shorts
wear
all the
short
time.
shorts for cross country. Yes, that's true.
Very
But it was
good.
just really funny last summer when we went to go play tennis in our tennis center right near our apartment complex, and he had a tan line that was, from here down, and the shorts were up here, and his white thigh was all out. So it was just, that's all.
You gotta get a couple thigh tats. That's the real key. Once you get the tats right here, and you can like wear them, show them off.
You have thigh tats.
Yeah, I got a
Oh.
whole bunch. Yeah,
How many total tattoos do you have?
24.
You have more than your age?
Yeah, I think so. I got my 21st on my 21st birthday actually.
Oh, wow.
Yeah,
So you've
mine.
Gotten 3 more since?
Yeah.
Your
I go
21st
like every other month. It's bad.
How
you know
much-
how they say like you get one, you get addicted.
Yeah, you're
like,
addicted.
They weren't lying.
No,
Like,
they're
they were
not lying.
Yeah, I got one. I'll like get off the chair. I'll be like, yeah, just book me for like 2 months. What do you want? I'm like, I don't know. Like,
I'll come up with something by then.
That's 2 months to figure that shit out. Fuck it.
That's crazy.
And so I just kind of go whenever. Yeah, I got really lucky too. I had met an apprentice, and she was like giving out free tats, and so I was like,
They're called an
fucking sign me
apprentice
up.
for
That's-
like
yeah, that's
like
how,
like an intern for a tattoo artist,
that's how
basically.
because you have to get like you have to get like certified or some shit. You gotta
Uh-huh,
get like
yeah.
it's like a lot. It's
I would
a lot.
hope so.
You have to like
I would
yeah.
hope so.
Yeah, it's like you have to like apprentice though for like a really long time before you can just start doing that shit.
Oh.
And so yeah, she was an apprentice at a shop and she was giving out free shit. And she literally was just starting on Real Skin.
Uh-huh.
And I was like, fuck it,
Wow.
let me go. And so I just pulled up a couple times.
So
She's super fired up.
so you've been going to the same person then?
I have 2.
Oh, okay.
I usually have 2. I got one out here in Atlanta last time.
Oh,
I was here,
really?
and I regret it. Oh my god. It's
Okay,
the
so
worst
that
tattoo.
one needs to go, and
Yeah,
why? What is
that'll
it?
That'll go. Getting tattoos whenever you visit somewhere.
Okay, don't do that.
Don't do
You
that.
have to go to your same regular
Go to your
people.
same people. Don't cheat on your tattoo artist.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah. I got some on my legs that self-love, and now it says like self-love. Like it's like it's a little smudge. It's a little rough.
Okay.
Mhm.
I'm sorry. I'm so interested in tattoos because I have 0. What do you remember? What was your first one, and why did you get it?
My first one was
Oh.
this one on my leg right here.
Oh wow, that's a big first one.
Yeah, it was like an hour or something.
So it's like a
It hurt.
beachy vibe.
Yeah, well, what it really is like, see that little guy in there?
Is he
like,
fishing?
He's fishing, yeah.
Uh-huh.
It was just like a little reminder. It's like you can kind of like find like paradise when you're by yourself, and you don't really need anybody else but yourself to like stay happy and stay in a
Yeah.
good mindset. I always try to give my tattoos meanings.
Uh-huh.
and then, like,
I that's what I was gonna say. I feel like it's pointless to get tattoos that don't have meaning. I would like them to have meaning.
I sometimes get tattoos
And
that
that's
have no,
what- yeah.
that have no meaning.
if you're
But,
going
you know,
every other month, I'm
yeah,
sure.
yeah, sure. Sometimes I like we'll go. I've never even had a martini. I don't know why I have a martini tattoo. I just thought it looked really cool.
Yeah.
So it's like, fuck it, I'm gonna get it on my arm.
You're gonna have to get a martini sometime
Yeah.
soon. You have lots
I have
of
to
time.
front now when people point it out. Like, oh, what's your favorite? Espresso?
That's a
It's
popular
one.
one.
With the fucking olives. But
Yeah.
who cares?
Wow, that's funny. And it looks like you have that guy. What brand is that? The peanuts or whatever.
What is it? Planters? Planters peanuts or
I don't
something?
even know.
Mr. Peanut.
And that one, does it have any meaning to
Oh,
you?
yeah, of course. That's my favorite one. That's the one I always get asked the most. 'Cause people are like, why the fuck
It's
do you...
clean.
Yeah, it's super clean, right?
Really
people
good.
are always like, why the fuck do you have a devil peanut on your fucking arm? So...
Back in the day, they
So
used
this
to call me Devil Peanut.
Oh my.
So this kind of gives you a little insight on kind of like just the random bullshit I was growing up with in my household. But my mom told me that I was allergic to peanuts because my brother and my sister were anaphylactic, and so was my dad. My
Right.
dad moved out, so it didn't really matter anymore.
Right.
You know, my brother and my sister were still allergic, so she's like, don't eat them. I was like, all right, cool. And so when I moved, I'm at my dad's house. I realized, like, I don't have an EpiPen, and, like, I've never had, like, reactions to anything before. I was like, so, like, why? Like, I'm good. Like, like, there's no chance, like, I'm 19, and I've never eaten something on accident.
Right.
So I was like, fuck it, I'm gonna go get tested. And I told myself before I got tested, I was like, I saw it somewhere. I was like, I'm gonna get this tattoo on me if I'm not fucking allergic. Turns out I wasn't allergic. And so the next day I went to, like, not even the next day, like 5 minutes after, I went to Wawa, got a Reese's, Snickers, got
all the
everything.
peanut things.
Went to Pliable the next day, got what's it called? Nutella.
Acai bowl?
Yeah, the Nutella acai bowl.
Oh, yeah. Awesome.
Those gotta stay. That's
they gotta
something
stay.
That Pliable. Yeah, acai.
I love them. Yeah.
Yeah, very good. It's addicting. Super addicting.
Yeah, and they're hard to make at home. Like, if you want to make them
can't-
for yourself,
you can't get
it's
that
not
shit
the
anywhere.
same
I've
as
tried-
like a
I've
shop.
tried, they have like little frozen shit
Yeah.
at like Target. And
No.
they're ass. They're
They are
horrible.
terrible in comparison to the.
I don't know what they be putting in Pliable. They be serving them shits with crack.
Yeah. So, music. I'm going back to it. Is there anything that you want to promote right now? Anything you have coming up? Or
I'll promote my new album, Fish Scales. It just came out recently. I was working on it for like 3-something years.
Wow.
It took a really long time to put out. And it was just because, like, it was really a big mental battle for me to kind of put it out. Kind of like, as I got older, I got less naive, kind of. And I think it makes it harder to have those, like, dreams and those expectations for yourself. And you kind of, like, keep falling short a little bit. It kind of becomes a challenge to kind of just cross that finish line. But I made it a goal of mine to see it through. And I had gotten out of a relationship, and that was my first goal, was, like, I put everything kind of off to the side and let me get one thing back, and so that was my goal of it, and I hope it kind of inspires people the same way, because that was kind of the message I wanted to put in it. So the reason I actually named it Fish Scales. Usually when I name shit, it's funny enough, I will name something and I will have no idea why the fuck I named it that, but like
Really?
I as I make it, I kind of give it its name and its meaning, and so for me it was like Fish Scales was kind of like that just keep swimming motto. It was like. You know, this is like, you got to grow tough skin, like against adversity, and you have to get your fish scales and you just keep swimming, and no matter how much water it might feel like you're under and how much pressure you're under, you can always find a way to the top. And so that was the big battle for me over the last couple of years, was just finding a way to get out of all this bullshit that's going on in my life and focus on the shit I need to focus on.
Yeah, that's awesome. So, are you saying you came up with the title of the album before?
But way before, yeah,
any
definitely.
of the songs
I did the same
written?
shit. I did the same shit when I dropped my album Sour Puss. I originally named it Sour Puss, had no idea why, and it was coming to me one day, and I finally remembered that my mom growing up used to always call me a sour puss, and I was like, that's where I learned the word from. She always used to tell me to stop being a sour puss, and then it just happened that the whole album was kind of about my move from Connecticut to Jersey, and so like subconsciously, so it's not like I name it randomly. I think subconsciously,
right? It's not like you're picking like a random word out of a dictionary.
I'm on what's it called, wordgenerator.com.
Yeah.
No, but
no,
yeah, I think
funny.
subconsciously I always kind of know the meaning, and it's like the journey is like figuring it out and giving its symbolism and its themes.
That's awesome.
Yeah,
that's really different. I feel like I've not heard that many. Maybe I'm wrong. That many people that have like a whole title.
Yeah, I
before.
remember I literally even seen the vision for the album cover, which I actually have tatted on me too. And yeah, I remember I paid shout out to Alexia Doan. I think hopefully I didn't butcher the pronunciation. She's an amazing artist though. She painted it for me, and I just had a vision, kind of just that big. If you've seen the cover, it's the big fish, and I'm like laying there, and all the lily pads are kind of pointing at his head, and it's just kind of accurate representation.
We'll post it.
We'll put it right there.
We'll put it right in the way. That's what we said we were gonna do with another one. I don't know if we did that yet. No, we didn't. With the dog, we didn't get to it yet. That's the next one to get to. Anyway, side note. So I think now, we'll promote your socials and all that, but I think now would be a good time to go into the 5 things that we're gonna.
5 fingers of death freestyle.
Oh my lord! Oh my lord! Oh my gosh! Why are you texting me in the middle of this?
Oh, because it wasn't about you.
Word,
This is what
we're doing now. That's what
about
we're
the
doing.
concert last night.
Oh, okay. Well, I'm not gonna read it
I
right
know
now.
somebody in the Bigfoot suits at the Travis Scott.
They have big feet.
There was just men
Somebody
on
just
stage.
DM'd me, it was like, I'm in the
Surprise! I'm Bigfoot.
Yeah, literally, there was like
man.
5 of them on certain parts of the.
my college.
Okay.
we're near like Rock Lidditz, which is like a big.
It's a
You used to
big
go to
like.
school?
What?
No,
Oh.
our college in the past that we no longer go to.
Rock Lidditz is like where all the like major artists plan their tour out. They set up the stage in there. They like demo the tour set.
Oh, word.
Like Taylor Swift does. Everyone.
Oh, right.
So,
Ariana Grande.
Rehearsal.
Yeah.
Mad people I went to school with, like that was their
Work
major.
there. Yeah.
Oh, really?
Music
That'd
stuff.
be dope. I'd be in there like.
Right.
Hit up TMZ, get that bag.
But yeah, she's pulling up your top 5. My
Yeah.
bad.
What?
I came in this bitch too crazy.
Okay. So since you live in New Jersey now, I guess now I know more of your story. You didn't get there till 16. But anyway, people pumping gas for you. Stay or go.
Oh, such a stay. I'm so sorry to any girl that might hear this. Movie such a turn off. I do not know how to pump gas at all. But I'm so bad. I used to have my ex-girlfriend pump my gas for me. I was I was almost getting passenger princess treatment, like passenger prince. So that could definitely stay.
That's hilarious.
It gives me mad anxiety. I'm not gonna lie. It's mad scary, mad complicated.
Can we teach you?
I
It's
think
really
I know
hard.
how. I think you just put the card in and then you just click the thing.
If you just have to make sure you get the right gas. So like if you have
I
a
know
regular,
regular,
not diesel.
I drive a Toyota Highlander.
Yeah.
Taking nothing crazy.
Yeah. Okay. Same. But that's so funny. I love that answer. That was perfect.
I can stay.
Okay. Again, Nate came up with these because he knows you better than me. Adachi, stay or go.
Honestly, you can go. I'm kind of in my AJ era right now. So
Shout out AJ.
So I'm gonna take AJ Goddard over Adachi right now. Adachi's great though.
Adachi, we love you. Previous guest. His episode's gonna be coming out, I think, like 1 or 2 before yours.
I'm sure that was a good one. So you had a lot of insight to give.
Now we have to change one because we already talked about it. But buying merch at a show or event, stay or go.
Oh, huge stay. Like what? Like, what else? Why are you going? I feel like
we have the opposite of this. We just went to Travis Scott last night.
Opposite.
I think it also is different. If I'm going to a show and it's somebody that's like maybe not so mainstream, but I think it's a little bit different when you're going to Travis Scott because it's like he's got so much shit going on. It's like he doesn't. I feel like, but when it's somebody like, you know, where it kind of means a little bit more to them, I always like to rep it too, and I always just show my support.
I wear all my friends and acquaintances, like their brands and shit.
Yeah, like that's super dope. Like,
I guess I should have said mainstream because I'm a huge Taylor Swift fan, and I went to the show, and I didn't buy merch because they have crazy long merch lines. It's expensive. I don't like it that much, which is like controversial to say.
The last merch I bought was a Mine when I went to see Mine in PA. So I don't know if you consider that. Like, he's mainstream, but like.
Yeah, he is, but
I still like. Yeah,
was
I don't
it
know.
expensive
It was very. It was
yeah,
like a $90
see,
hoodie.
that's why I say go.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. But like, if I think it's a little bit different for me because I got like.
You have a clothing line. That's why I wanted to ask.
Such a love for music, so it's like, if I can support and be involved in the music,
I think for me it's more mainstream. Like Travis Scott and Taylor Swift don't need my money from me buying their merch.
Well, you know, another way I look at it though is like. If it's like a football jersey for your favorite team, it's like it's a good way to like rep and be a part of the game.
That makes sense.
Are you really a Swiftie? You don't have any.
I have had merch, like I've had T-shirts in the past, but not from the Eras tour because that girl got way too much of my money from that ticket, so I did not.
Ticketmaster probably got like 80%.
Oh yeah, I seen SZA. I didn't get SZA merch when I went.
Yeah.
So
I saw Isaiah Rashad. His merch is more expensive than Travis Scott's merch.
Yeah, which is interesting.
Like I saw the prices last night. I don't be buying.
We just are like also. I think it's us. We're minimalist and like frugal, and that's a big part of it.
Okay.
But normally, yes, if I had like all the money in the world, yeah, I'd get merch from everything. But I don't.
I hope all artists offer like wristbands for like $5.
Yeah, to get something like that.
That'd be better. It'd make the world a little bit better.
Yeah. So sorry, I came off a little aggressive there. But we're gonna have it be fun again. The Dominican Republic, Sergo.
Stay, que lo que mami.
So you've been recently?
I have been. I love the DR. It's very beautiful, very nice. If you haven't been, I definitely recommend.
We haven't. We need to go.
I was fortunate enough when I went. I wasn't like on a resort. I went to a resort while I was there, but I also stayed off a resort, and so it was just very like it's like nice to see someone else like come from somewhere else and like how people are raised and grow up. It's very like
culture. Yeah.
It's massive culture shock. So I recommend it. It was my first time also going out the country.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Awesome.
being just under 21 when I went. But
Yeah,
drinking
that's
age
pretty
didn't
big.
matter. So I got fortunate enough
Yes,
there.
that worked out.
I love Dominican people, especially Dominican women. But
Shout out Dominican women. He's looking. So I had another one for our last one, but we already talked about tequila, so I don't want to do that one. Do you have anything else you can think
I
of?
already answered. Yeah, tequila can go.
Yeah, I know. Oh, can we do maybe a certain music artist? Can you think of one? I was just going to sing the Jeopardy song.
Ice Spice.
Stay or go?
Oh, stay. I'm a munch.
I think we already did Ice Spice on your episode.
I'm a proud munchkin.
Yeah.
I'm actually so mad. She was in Newark. I can't say that shit since I moved, but she was in Newark, New Jersey.
Yeah.
Last night.
Oh.
I'm in Atlanta. It's not fair.
Do you know that I've seen Ice Spice?
And I'm so jealous. Well, how wouldn't you say
On the
that?
Eras tour. She came out for Karma with Taylor.
That song was booty, but it's okay. I respect my queens.
Yeah.
But I wish they had a little bit like less yes men around them and told them that one wasn't it. But
yeah, Nate agrees with that. I don't really care for the remix either, but it was cool to have a special guest.
I like Deli though. Deli goes hard.
Shaking ass in it.
Yeah.
That shit fire. That shit fire. Wait, hold on. What do you guys think about do you seen what's it called? Lil RT? 60 miles yet?
I have no idea what you're talking about.
I'll show you guys off there.
Okay.
That'll be the stay or go for you guys next pod. It'll be a little RT.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, where can people find you if they want to check out music,
Should I talk
clothing?
into the camera?
You can
For
talk
this
into
one?
the camera if you want.
What's up, guys? My name is Sammy Sukes. Just a young, humble, genuine, caring, loving guy.
Fun guy.
I'm 6'2", looking just for somebody who could, cook, support. That's really all I really need. Just somebody that could like itch my back when it gets a little itchy. If I want a bath,
He's zooming in on
put
you.
the bubbles in. Preferably.
But you need to pump the gas for him.
Yeah, pumping the gas is a massive one. I'm good with kids.
Okay.
And I like long walks in the park.
And on the
you
beach.
could find me on Instagram at Sammy Sukes. That's SammySukes. All it is a simple DM. I get a couple hundred every day, but maybe today could be your lucky day. I'm always taking applicants, and you can find my music on Spotify, same name.
Thank you.
You can find me on Apple Music, same name. You can find me on YouTube, same name. That's SammySukes.
Wow.
Thank you.
Amazing. That was the best ever for people finding you. I didn't think you were going to do... I thought you were going to forget to actually go back to the socials and you were just...
Of course. Never.
So you're on Instagram, TikTok. Are you on X or Twitter?
I am on X, but I don't really use it. I kind of use it as that's like my therapy journey.
Yeah, right.
Somebody sent me a screenshot one time. It was like, who the fuck are you talking to? And I was like, bro, just let me do my thing. Let me rock. So if you ever come across my Twitter, it's like my journal. It's my diary.
So yeah, everybody look up Sammy Sukes on all socials and Spotify, Apple Music, all the things. Thank you so much for coming on today.
Thank you for having me.
It was so much fun.
I had a great time.
You made me laugh a lot. All right, cut it. Like, follow, subscribe, rate, review. Blah, 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 blah. That's my thing now.
She hit me with the yellow lights. You wanna act like I don't know about it, baby, that's alright. Should I stay, should I go? I don't know if you bout it, baby, guess that's life. Said we can never get that right. Now I'm thinking that you love me, but you don't really want me. Like, should I stay, should I go?